Welcome. The skyline of Rome is not defined by skyscrapers or bridges, it is a city of domes. They are a representation of Rome as the center of the Catholic world. One of these magnificent domes is the one of the Roman Pantheon. Dated around the early 2nd century AD, the Pantheon is one of the best preserved temples in the world, and testifies the superiority of Roman building techniques. It was presumably dedicated to all the gods, but we don't really know who built it. A construction began in 27 BC by the statesman Agrippa, but it was completely rebuilt by the Emperor Hadrian sometime later, with several alterations being made after that. The structure of the Pantheon is very unique, as it consists of two main architectural elements, the porch and the main building. The porch is faced by a facade with granite columns, and it gives access to the door to the main building. The main building is known as the Rotunda, and it has a circular ground plan and a hemispherical dome with a large central hole, the oculus. The oculus was never covered, which means that rain, snow, and all sorts of weather can enter the Pantheon through the oculus. But fear not, the architects of the Pantheon were incredibly clever. They designed a drainage system on the floor of the building that keeps the rain from flooding the interior. The floor is actually slightly concave, and it slopes gently toward a series of holes in the center of the floor. These holes lead to a system of channels that carry the rainwater out of the building. This ingenious system means that the Pantheon can remain open to the sky, but on a rainy day, visitors might need to use umbrellas inside. And it's not just a functional solution. The oculus also creates a stunning effect on the inside of the Pantheon, as it is the only source of light. The light that enters through the oculus changes throughout the day, creating a dynamic and ever-changing environment. The huge concrete dome is supported by 25-foot thick walls, but as the height of the dome rises, the concrete was mixed with lighter and lighter stone material. The top is largely pumice. Almost 2,000 years after it was built, the Pantheon's dome is still the world's largest unreinforced concrete dome, with a diameter that measures 43.4 meters. The inside of the dome features sunken panels called coffers, which may have contained bronze rosettes symbolizing the starry firmament. This evenly spaced layout presumably had symbolic meaning, either numerical, geometric, or lunar. The Pantheon is possibly the first of several great buildings of antiquity that were designed to favor the interior rather than the exterior. In contrast to the plain appearance of the outside, the interior of the building is lined with colored marble, and the walls are marked by 7 deep recesses, screened by pairs of columns whose modest size gives scale to the immensity of the rotunda. The checkerboard floor pattern contrasts with the concentric circles of square coffers in the dome. Each zone of the interior, from floor to ceiling, is subdivided according to a different scheme. The effect you feel is meant to be overwhelming. On entering the door, you suddenly find yourself in this huge empty space which causes vertigo and makes you feel tiny. This is how you were supposed to feel in front of the gods. The space is a perfect sphere symbolizing the vault of heaven. The height of the dome is the same as its diameter, creating perfect balance and unique harmony. It is round so as to place all gods at the same level of importance. Over the centuries, the Pantheon has been ransacked, closed, used as a fortress and as a church. It has suffered earthquakes and floods, but has survived the centuries intact, and today, after more than 2,000 years, it is still one of the most imitated buildings in history. A true architectural wonder that continues to fascinate more and more people. So, what do you think about the Pantheon? Leave a comment and subscribe to the channel.